Wow, what an intense fight. The huge UFC 31 tournament just wrapped up in Los Angeles. One of the main events of the night was an incredible bantamweight title fight between Georg and champ Merab Dvalishvili and Umar Nurmagomedov. Together, these two warriors delivered what many are already calling one of the best fights in the bantamweight division's storied history. But guys, it's time to admit it, Merab Dvalishvili is the real champ. The hype around this fight was so intense, it even stole the spotlight from Islam Makhachev's bout on the same card. But it turns out Umar might have jumped the gun. Many noticed he was lacking experience. Let's take a closer look at what happened. As the opening bell rang, the energy in the arena was palpable. Both fighters came out with a clear game plan. Umar relied on his superior footwork and striking to keep Merab at bay, landing crisp combinations that showcased his technical prowess. Merab, true to his nickname, kept moving forward like a machine, taking all the hits. The first round was a showcase of Umar's precision. His kicks to the body and legs kept Merab guessing, and his defensive wrestling frustrated the Georgian champion's attempts to take the fight to the ground. Yet Merab's relentless pressure never wavered. Even when Umar appeared to be in control, there was a sense that Merab was biding his time, waiting for an opening to turn the tide. The start of the second round again began with feints, after which Umar took several exchanges in the stand-up. Nurmagomedov landed a series of armbars and kicks to Merab's body. Merab tried going for Umar's legs, but Umar countered skillfully, quickly taking Merab's back. Merab managed to get back up, but he had a cut under his eye that started to bother him in the second half of the round. Merab tried to crank up the pressure, but it didn't pay off. Umar stuffed Merab's takedown attempts and held his own in the stand-up game. At the start of the third round, Merab tried another takedown, but Umar handled it well, shutting down the champion's wrestling. The round was pretty close. While Umar had the clear advantage in the first two rounds, even at the end of the second round, Umar managed to take Merab's back and execute a takedown. Merab kicked into gear in the fourth round and charged forward. Nurmagomedov played more defensively, throwing punches and single kicks, but it was clear he was starting to slow down, while Merab kept pushing forward. Going into the final round, the fight was incredibly close, and it was hard to tell how the judges were scoring it. So the outcome largely hinged on the last moments. Merab kept going for takedowns, and while Umar managed to fend off some attempts, Merab didn't let him get into a rhythm. Dvalishvili even played to the crowd and landed 2 takedowns. Umar was clearly worn out, with his punches losing power. He did his best to turn things around, but his lack of experience in tough situations became evident. As it turns out, Ali Abdelaziz later shared a picture showing that Umar broke his hand after round 1. In the end, the fight went the full 5 rounds, as expected. It was close and highly competitive, with the judges scoring it 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46 in favor of Merab Dvalishvili. The Dagestani landed the more damaging shots, but the champ clearly dominated with control and held on to his championship belt, while the young eagle experienced the first loss of his career. He showed the heart of a true warrior. He will be a champion, but a little later.
Umar said he broke his hand. Did that bother you, the fact that he said that in front of the public? Like, did you feel it took away from your win at all?
I break my back during the training camp, and it was some days I cannot get up from the bed, and I was laid down, and I don't have a training camp, and I don't have a Khabib Nurmagomedov to help me to training, and then some days PI was closed. It was Christmas, and it was New Year's and weekends, and every time, not every time, but it happened a couple of times, Umar was there, and the security guard, I'm sorry, we cannot let you go in, and then I'm not making this excuse. You're a fucking fighter and you gotta find a way to win or whatever. It may happen, maybe, I don't know. But like, after he disrespect me, he says so many bullshit things. I don't know. I mean, as a fighter, I respect him, but I mean, I don't know. God bless him. You know, I wish him all the best.
But there was another big fight ahead, Makhachev versus Moano. A heavy burden of responsibility rested on Islam's shoulders. No one doubted Islam's victory, but the tension was still high. Makhachev simply couldn't afford to lose. It would have been a disaster for the Nurmagomedov clan. Still, Islam proved why he's a great fighter. We all know Makhachev is solid in every aspect of the game. Moano, though, is dangerous early in the round with heavy hands that can do damage. At the start, Islam made a couple of good shots, but quickly realized standing with Moano wasn't the best plan. Already in the second minute of the fight, Makhachev made the fans nervous.
Did you hear the commentators saying that Islam got knocked down by Moicano? They said, "Ooh, knockdown." Okay. It's hard sometimes to see from the angle that
they said it in live, and they fixed it in the post fight.
That's because they fixed it because they have a replay.
Yeah, well,
other than that, they put out that he got knocked down.
Whoever the judge was, got to do a better job.
But he quickly got back up and took Ronaldo to the ground and did what he does best. He secured the choke and got the win.
Long camp, I prefer for anyone. You know, this camp we're training so hard, and someone was lucky because he's not here. Great job.
A lot of people say that because of that, Islam deserves some maybe pound for pound #1 rankings.
He's already the pound for pound #1 ranking.
But is he yours?
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Fair enough.
Are you happy? Is everybody happy now?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
pound for pound. Don't be dicks. I just admitted I'm giving it to him that he's the pound for pound, all right?
Dana White was here earlier. He's always said John Jones is pound for pound #1. Tonight he says he's changed his mind. You're the pound for pound #1 and the greatest lightweight of all time. So what do you think of that praise and to finally have the boss's approval there?
I think now I'm close to be Hall of Fame. Now you know, Dana, now you know. Honestly, I'm very happy because now nobody can say something. I feel like #1 best fighter in the world right now.
Makhachev also believes he can become a 3-division champion and says he's willing to fight Dras Desus in the middleweight division.
Or do you feel like goals like other fighters had of becoming 2-division champions, or even Alex Pereira wanted to be a 3-division champion? Does that kind of thing motivate you?
Yeah, I can be 3-division also. Just give me the chance, that's it. I will fight with the Dvalishvili. If they give me the chance, I will fight with him also. I swear, if Dana White send me contract, I will fight with him also.
Пару дней назад Али Абдулазиз заявил, что Ислам Макхачев мог бы стать чемпионом 77 и 84 килограмма, и что не видит соперников для Ислама в среднем весе. Ислам наш брат, это понятно, как бы никакого неуважения там нет, но если вот эти спортивные какие-то характеристики сравнить, считаешь ли ты, что он мог бы конкурировать с тобой, с Шоном из Дюплесси 84?
Ну, если Ислам этого хочет, и Абдулазиз хочет, пусть поднимется, попробует. Я не знаю, я не могу дать ответа сейчас про Ислама, я с ним не работал и не тренировался. Наверное, можно, наверное, и нет. Если кто-то смог быть 77 или 84, это был бы Хабиб. Ну и насчет Ислама я очень сомневаюсь, потому что по крайнему бою это в 70 килограмм. Он чуть тяжелый выдался. Может быть, это как бы У меня Гильберт там тяжело дался, я 8 шел, 84, и там легче подался. Может быть, у Ислама такая ситуация получится. Выше уйдет и намного легче станет. Ну, только ринг может показать.
Ilia Topuria wasted no time hyping up his next potential opponent, sending a bold message to Islam Makhachev. Known for his unshakable confidence, Topuria addressed the lightweight champion with a direct challenge. Islam, if I want, I can finish. You, if I want, I can knock you out. I'll make it look easy. See you soon, the Georgian fighter wrote on social media.
Frankly, I don't even want to get into the weeds with all of this. You guys are talking about 170. I'm way more interested in Ilia versus him as opposed to him at 170. Now, I don't think that's necessarily fair to Islam because he's already fought the 145 guy, and so he should have the opportunity to go up to 170. And I do think him versus Bilal would be a very competitive fight, and it's a fight that we're never going to see because they're friends and training partners. But let's see what happens against Shavkat. He deserves that opportunity as well. But to me, the Ilia fight is a lot more interesting right now. Point is, that's not the fight that should happen next. It should be Arman, and I do think Arman has a solid chance against him. But there's clearly a pecking order at 155, and
ამდღებში უყურებ მაგისტრებს რაღაცეებს განსხვავებული ხარდა შეჭამ იგივე მენტალიტეტის სადაც როგორც ყოველთვის შედიხარ ხო იცი შენი თავდაჯერება არ დაკარგო რომ რეკორდი გაქვს ბიჭო სამრიო რეკორდი გაქვს იმაში ტექნაუნებში და იმეებში შემწონაში ხარ ხავს აფრიალებს როცა მოგიწევს წავრი ხედი აფრიანი ასავლე რა არის კიდო მაგრამ აი შენაირად რო შეხვდი არა მე შეხარ მაგას სამოსილება არა ანცი არა ასვი აიდე ხარი კამარი კიდეს ის აღდაგირე კამარი ხარი სიგარი და ის ყველაფერი დააკეთეს ის დანახვაც კაკი ხარდება მე ჩუბი რო გადავარო ეს ყველაფერი გავაკეთე ეს ყველაფერი ვიყი შენი ინტერვიუ მოახდე გამარჯვების ინტერვიუ მაგას რასაც ის ყველაფერი იქნება გამარჯვება შენ აი მან შენ შეკრებული ვარ ყველა შენ სულ შენ და გული შენთანო სიგარი შეჭა Очень все.
Маме надо фотку отправить. Давай.
Все. Она хочет убедиться, что у тебя лицо чистое, да, что не пострадал.
Она же бой не смотрела.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate your support.